It's like the only time I see your face is when mine is on my pillowcase. I don't ever wanna be away, baby. I wanna live inside my brain. Invaded me a daydream, baby. You're like strawberries and whipped cream, like bathtubs, hot steam, beaches and sunscreen, sunsets or something. Aren't you lovely? And nobody else could compare. No, baby, yes, you are what dreams are made of. Baby, yeah, you are.
Hello my loves and welcome back to High Vibe Heels. My name is Layla Lavender and today is a very exciting video because I just produced my very first burlesque show, Dreamland Cabaret. We sold out the show. It was such a success. I couldn't have asked for a more magical show. And along this 3-month journey of producing the show, I tried to vlog and capture as much as I could so that I could not only have it to look back on myself, but share it with you babes and maybe inspire you to either produce your own show or to be part of a show like this. I just feel like there's so many ways that burlesque can be done, and I really wanted to have my own unique spin on it. It was very like showgirl inspired and glamorous and classy and all the things. And so that's what this video is all about, is just inspiring you to maybe take your dance journey to the next level, which is performing or producing, choreographing, whatever that might look like for you, and the process of how I did it. And this is just a really short snippet of the process, and we're gonna get into later in the video some options that I have for you if you do want to produce your own show. I'm going to be creating an entire masterclass about that in High Vibe Heels, the membership, but this video is just my overall experience and kind of the fun behind the scenes of Dreamland. And Dreamland Cabaret was a heels and burlesque variety show, and at the top of the year I knew that my biggest vision, like it's all over my vision board, was to perform more and to have a group of showgirls that performed around Asheville. I just didn't know exactly what that looked like. I didn't know how it was going to happen. I just knew that I had always like had this vision since I started performing burlesque of being a glamorous performer, a glamorous showgirl, and I just hadn't really found a space in Asheville, the place that I live, that would allow me to do that, so I knew I had to create it myself. And I just didn't know exactly what that would look like, but I know I wanted it so badly. And so how the vision for Dreamland came to me was I was literally in bed one night and I bolted out of bed and I woke my husband up and I'm like, I have to put on a show and it has to be about dreams. And he's like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't know what you're talking about. You just woke me up. And I'm like, no, I want to do a burlesque show where each routine is a different dream, and we enter into this world that is Dreamland, and we have, you know, dreams like the cheating dream and the fever dream, the heartbreak dream, the money dream, like all of these common dreams that we have. I knew I wanted it to kind of have a storyline, almost like a ballet or something like that, but I wanted it to have heels and burlesque dancing. And then from there it was on. I was like, this idea has to happen. So I talked to different dancers that I wanted involved and I started choreographing my pieces, and it just kind of evolved from there. And don't get me wrong, like so many things didn't flow as easily as the idea. I feel like the idea for the show was like so easy, and then everything after that was really challenging. So the venues that I wanted weren't working out, and dancers that I wanted to be involved weren't available. So there were so many things that in the beginning could have kept me from really making this dream a reality, but I just kept pushing through and trusting the universe, and it all worked out exactly how it was supposed to. So I had about 2.5 months to produce, choreograph, and perform in this show, which is crazy. One thing that made this show really unique was that there were group pieces. So a lot of burlesque shows that you go to, it's just solo performers, but I really wanted that group element. Like I said, I wanted a group of showgirls that performed in the show with me, and so I had 2 group pieces, and then I also had a heels performer and professional choreograph another group piece. We had 3 group pieces, and then the rest of the show was soloists, and all the soloists were just absolutely amazing. They all brought their own unique spin to burlesque or to heels, and it was just a really special show that honestly I've never seen anything like before, which makes me really happy. This show was a lot of work. That's honestly why I haven't been super active online lately, but it was so nice to do something in person that I could like physically see come to life. And just all of the feedback that I got on the show was like, it was one of the best burlesque shows that I've ever seen, that it was so unique and impressive, and that the space was so unique, and that the decorations were impressive, and the aesthetic was impressive, and that it was a really inclusive cast. There was a lot of body diversity. Like, I got the best feedback on the show, and it was really because I poured my heart and soul into it for 2.5 months, and it just truly paid off. And so that's what you're going to see in this vlog, is the entire creative process, some little snippets of like how I'm feeling along the journey, and then at the end there are going to be some clips of the show that you can enjoy, and I will link also my full performance video below for you if you want to watch my full Heartbreak Dream performance. So like I said, this vlog is just mostly my overall experience, the behind the scenes of the show, but if you want a little bit more of an in-depth look, I did just record an entire podcast episode on Healing the Podcast, all about the show process, and I am going to be creating a workshop in High Vibe Heels membership about how to produce your own show. So that's 2 resources that I will link below for you. And this vlog begins right after I had come up with the concept for Dreamland, and I already had the vision and the idea of what I wanted to do. And then the next step, of course, was to find a venue for Dreamland. So I found the most beautiful hidden speakeasy that really had the glamorous, classy vibes that I wanted for the show. It was perfect. And then we started rehearsals. So we had 3 group routines, and then the rest of the routines were solo routines. So we got started on those right away. Hi babes, so it's been almost a month into show prep so far. We are currently in May and we have 2 months to go until the show in July, until Dreamland officially comes to life. So I've been working on so many different things, but the main thing that I've been working on, other than of course the choreography and all of that stuff, is the costumes. The costumes are a huge element of the show because we are making almost all of our costumes, and when I say making, I just mean like rhinestoning our costumes. And so that's been really fun, but there's also so much that goes into it. So this weekend we have a photo shoot for the marketing, for the posters for the show, and we have to have quite a bit of our costumes stoned. So I just had a big rhinestoning party at my house, which I will insert a clip of, where a lot of the babes from the show came over and we rhinestoned our bras and part of our like bottoms. And then we also have gloves that we are rhinestoning as well. So that's kind of the 3 elements for our opening number piece. And the bra looks amazing. I'm so happy with how it turned out. I love it, I love it. And then the bottoms look fine. We're gonna finish them later on because the shoot is coming up and we had to rhinestone the bras, which took forever. We are going to rhinestone the rest of the bottoms later. And then we have our gloves. So we have these like white mesh gloves that we have just added a few stones on. And this is the glue that we use. I really liked it. I know that E6000 glue is like the burlesque go-to glue, but it's super toxic. So I found this non-toxic, or maybe like less toxic. It's called Gym Tack, and I really like it. I think it's done a really good job. Goes on white, dries clear. and it turned out great. We're also working on some bustles. We're making feather boa bustles, and all that we are using for that is a white ribbon and some white feather boas, and I will show you a little clip of how that's going so far. I really just like glued on the boa to the ribbon and seems to be working out, so we shall see. Another element of the costume that we're making is a feather bustle. So what I've done is I've attached 2 feather boas to this little ribbon here, and I've attached it with some glue, and I'm probably gonna have to also glue the boas together so that they don't like gap in the middle. I want them to all be really nice and flush together, but I think that's gonna be so darling once we get it done as well. And then the only other thing that I have rhinestoned, which was actually a huge project, is a hat. I rhinestoned an entire black jazz hat for my solo routine. I'm gonna be dancing to Elvis and I'm so excited. So this hat is a huge part of my piece and I wanted it to really stand out on stage. So I will show you a video of that. It's definitely not perfect. It was my first rhinestoning thing that I ever did. And so it's a little rough up close, but on stage it's going to look fantastic. So that's currently what I'm working on, and I'm gonna be rhinestoning the next few days until the shoot just to get everything done. But the costumes are gonna look so good on camera, so good on stage, and that is the goal. As you babes can see, it is Rhinestone City here at my house. I'm currently working on 2 things. I'm working on some gloves and I'm working on the bottoms to go with the top that you babes just saw. We're probably gonna rhinestone the full bottoms at some point, but we have a photo shoot in a few days, and so I'm just stoning them a little bit just to give some pop for the photo shoot, and then later we'll stone the rest. I love these rhinestones that I've been using. I will link them below, but they've got this really beautiful tint to them, but they are a clear rhinestone. And we've also been using pearls and this gold color. So that's the color scheme. I do have E6000 glue. I've been using this for just a few things, but it's super toxic. So I've also been using this gym tack. I actually used this to stone my entire bra, and it goes on white and dries clear, and I love this stuff. And then I've also got my whole set of little rhinestone pickers. This is one of my favorite ones to use, and it's so easy. You just literally pick up the rhinestone and press it on, and it just makes the process so much easier. So that's what we're working with. Once the costumes were rhinestoned, it was time for our group photo shoot with Araya of Forest Photo, and she did such an amazing job capturing the dreamy showgirl aesthetic that I really wanted for these photos, and they were perfect for all of the marketing that we did, from the flyers to the programs to the Instagram post. It was one of the best decisions I made for the show. So I basically created all of my mood boards for the show in Canva. So as you can see, this is my desktop wallpaper that I have for the show, which is super cute and just keeps me very focused and inspired and excited about the show. And I also have the poster for Dreamland as well. So this is the one that I created that has the little QR code that people can scan and buy their tickets directly. So that's super cute. And then I also created the card, like I said, for the programs. And then I also did these cute little graphics for all of my performers with a photo and what they do, what they focus on, their specialty, and those have went along really well. And as you can see, all the aesthetics match each other, and I really wanted the show aesthetic to be very clear and on point. So Canva truly is the best. Not sponsored, I'm just obsessed. Hello my loves. So today I'm going to be doing my own makeup trial run for Dreamland. I just started with my foundation. I have so many things happening here, so many things going on, and I also have my little tutorial that I'm watching with Ivana DeLune. So I am really in the thick of my makeup process right now. It's probably gonna take me another hour to finish my makeup, but I really just wanna see what it looks like, make sure I like the color palette that I've chosen and everything before I do it on the day of the show, which is in 4 days from now. Oh my gosh. All right, my love, so here's the finished makeup look. I really like it. I think it turned out well considering it was my first time using a lot of the products. And I was going for an Ariana Madix Love Island inspo. I will put the photo on the screen for you that I kind of used as my inspo for this entire look. And it's a lot of pinks, a lot of sparkles, a lot of shimmer and pastel, which is the vibe of the show. So it just turned out great. A few things that I wasn't like expecting. My lashes are very big. So at first I didn't like them, but I'm getting used to them and I think they will be perfect to be on stage. You want kind of a bigger makeup look when you are on stage, so that way it pops. Also, I just hate doing eyeliner. Like, I've never been good at it. Getting the wing perfectly, like, it's so hard for me, and so I don't even know if I'm gonna do eyeliner the day of the show. This was kind of a disaster. It looks okay because I tried to blend it out, but not my favorite. So those are a few things that I'm just going to adjust slightly for the show, but overall I really do like it. And now I'm going to finish getting ready and sit down with you babes and have a little chat just about what the production of this show so far has been like, the ups, the downs, all the things, and kind of give you an update about where I am in the process. All right, babes, so I just finished getting ready and I want to sit down and do a little chat with you all about what this process of planning Dreamland has been like, because it's been one of the most incredible and challenging things I've ever done. This is not my first show. I have put on another show before, but it was a ballroom show. It was a local Dancing with the Stars, and it was a completely different show. So this show, Dreamland, this burlesque variety show, has been so amazing because I've been able to be in full creative control with the theme, with the concept, everything, but also, that means I've been in full creative control of everything, which is overwhelming and it's a lot to take on, but I'm just so happy with how everything has been turning out so far, even though there have been so many challenges and so many bumps in the road. Like, so many things have went wrong and also so many things have went right. So that's just kind of something to expect when you plan a show. Things are going to come up, things are going to be challenging, and you just kind of have to roll with the punches. So let me just tell you some of the things that have happened in the last few months planning this show. Like, people, you know, dropping out of the show was something that I did not anticipate. So I had a few people drop out, get hurt, had family things come up, and then that was really challenging to work around because I had originally choreographed and created this piece, or both pieces that I've created for the show, for a certain amount of people. So that was challenging in itself. And then when it comes to just other challenges of the choreography, the venue is a unique venue setup. We don't have just like a main stage that we're dancing on. We're dancing on the stage and down the aisles, and it's just a completely different setup. So when you are rehearsing in a studio, it has been a little bit more challenging to kind of invite people into the vision of what the space looks like if they've never been there before. So that's been a big challenge, just working with formations and making sure the choreography is going to actually fit in this space, because as you babes know, this is a burlesque dance focused show and there's a lot of heels and stuff like that. So it's more choreography focused than striptease focused. And that means that we do need quite a bit of space. So that has been one of the things that has come up. And then also the ticket sales. So I think 3 weeks ago, I had only sold like 30 tickets for the show, which wasn't even like, I think it was maybe like a third of the tickets. It's a small venue. Originally, we were going to sell 100 tickets, but I took it down to about 85 because spacing. So we have 75 seats total in the venue, and then there's space for like 10 standing room, maybe like 12. I keep kind of changing my mind every time I go into the space, but I'm thinking about 85 people is going to be the max. And a few weeks ago, we'd only sold like 30 tickets and I was panicking. Like, I was having full meltdowns. I could not believe it. I was like, I can't believe it. We're not going to sell out this show. This is going to be a disaster. And so many people told me to just wait because so many people book things last minute and to not panic. And what do you know? We just sold out all the tickets like a few days ago. So that's really exciting. I think we have like 8 standing room left, but all the seated tickets are sold out. And that feels really good because now I don't have to focus on ticket sales. I can just focus on making the show as amazing as it can possibly be and rehearsing and doing all the things to make sure that the show itself is amazing instead of focusing so much on selling tickets, and I've really done my best to market the crap out of the show, and I think it's really paid off. So that is amazing. Other little things that went wrong was, this is crazy, you guys. I just bought a brand new pair of Burlesque ostrich feather fans. They are so beautiful. They're pink, so they're custom dyed, and I was so excited. I got them on Fancy Feathers, and they were beautiful. And my sweet dog Aries, he had been sick for, I don't know, I guess a week or something like that. And I had left my feather fans in the floor of my studio because he has never, ever messed with anything of mine, ever. Even though he's a puppy, like, he is so good about not like touching things he's not supposed to. So I was gone one night to rehearsal and came home, and my sweet dog, not so sweet at that time, had pooped on my feather fans. I mean, it could not have gotten worse at that very moment. I mean, it was just a nightmare. I reached out to the company. There was like, there's no way we can custom dye you new fans in time for the show. So I had to cut my brand new feather fans, try to do the best I can to salvage them, but that was a disaster, and I was so mad. And then 2 days before that, my laptop crashed, which, when you are producing a show, when you are in charge of everything, the ticket sales, all the marketing, every single thing that you could think of when it comes to laying out a show, which we'll talk about in this video, it is so crucial that you have a laptop. And my laptop crashed. So we ordered a new one. I got a new laptop, and the charger for that new laptop didn't work. And at this point, it was like I had my full-on breakdown. Like, I was like, this is gonna be a disaster, where nobody's gonna come to the show. I'm not gonna have fans to do the opening number with. Like, I was really in a spiral, and we got a new laptop. It ended up being fine. I was able to just work more on like the dancing side of things while I was waiting on my laptop to come in the mail, and we fixed the fans, and it was fine. So I think that's just kind of like why I wanted to sit down and do this like chat as we're getting closer to the show. We are 4 days out. 4. I literally get butterflies every time I think about it. So nervous, so excited, but also so nervous. And I've just experienced so much in the last few months that's why I'm creating this video, is so if you are going through this process, you know what to expect. And there are gonna be things that don't work out, or things that kind of test your patience and test you. And when you manifest something big, like me manifesting the opportunity to create this show, there are going to be trials along with it. And that's just part of it. It's part of the gig of being a dancer, and you have to learn how to work through those things. And I've definitely not been the best at working through things when it gets tough or challenging, like today, when I was doing my lashes and they looked really big and the eyeliner wasn't working, full meltdown, you know? It's just, you have to just roll with the punches and know that things are gonna happen, and that doesn't mean that your show's not gonna be amazing. It's just part of the process. The story of your show planning process would not be as interesting if things didn't go a little crazy, like your dog pooped on your Burlesque fans. Like, that's like a memory that now you're gonna be able to tell as you tell the story of your show planning process. So that's just kind of some of the things that have went a little awry, but things are really on track. I've made an entire checklist so far of the things that need to be done for the show, and I'm getting very, very close to having everything finished. I went back to the venue yesterday and tied up some loose ends, and a lot of my decor and things are coming in. So it's just getting really real. And today I did my makeup trial. That was a huge thing that I wanted to make sure that I got done. And then I'm heading to the studio to do some rehearsing, to just change some things last minute. I had a friend film me dancing both of my pieces, and now I watched them. I'm like, okay, these are some adjustments that I can make, and just to make my pieces as amazing as possible, since it is my Layla Lavender debut, I want to make sure that these pieces that I'm bringing to the show are really, really intentional and amazing. So that is the plan for today. I'm also finishing rhinestoning my costume. I have some of my little rhinestone things happening over here. So I'm rhinestoning my costume. And then the last thing that I have to do is just transfer all of the music from all of my performers onto my iPad, because we are going to be playing music from my iPad for the show. So I want to make sure that I transfer all of the files onto the iPad today. And that's kind of on the to-do list, but I'm just so overwhelmed that this show is even happening. Like, I'm just thinking back to my planning process and when everything first started, and now here we are, and it's literally coming up this week. Like, I get chills every single time I think about it. It's gonna be amazing, and I'm gonna be taking you babes along as much as I can. I know I'm gonna be so busy, but I definitely wanna get some clips here and there of show week and what that's going to look like. So I'm just so excited, and it's gonna be amazing. So I just got my nails done for Dreamland, and oh my God, how dreamy are they? I'm absolutely obsessed. They look so good. Oh my gosh, they're just beyond perfect. So I'm here at the studio about to rehearse my piece with all of my props. I have my sparkly hat, I've got a leather trench coat, I've got my gloves, and I've got my panel skirt. So those are my main items that I will be removing during my performance, my solo performance for the show. And so today I'm in the bigger studio here at our studio in Asheville, and I'm going to be practicing on the stage to kind of see how this routine feels on the stage. I've also not performed this routine, not in front of a mirror, so we will see how it goes. So here's the full look when it comes to what I'm going to look like covered up. I just can't get over how sparkly this hat is. Oh my God, I look like a sparkly little spy. So something really exciting just came in. Oh my goodness, these are our programs for the show. I ordered them from Canva. I love Canva. I use it for everything. And I actually ordered, instead of like a classic show program, I ordered the card. It's like the greeting card or the cards. And I made my own card because I wanted to be able to print on the front, on the back, and in the middle, and I wanted it to easily fold. So this is nice. It's a really thick quality, and I just love Canva because everything turns out so stinking gorgeous. Just look at that. Dreamland Cabaret, and on the inside it has Act 1, Act 2, and it's kind of in this retro font, and all of the colors that are in the show, we're going with a lavender, pink, and blue, and clouds, of course, for the aesthetic. So I wanted the program to match. And then on the back, it also has a Venmo code so that people can Venmo the dancers and also follow along on Instagram if they want to be part of the next show. So I really tried to include everything that I thought people would want to know during the show, and they can easily scan my Venmo. But I'm just so happy with how they turned out. The week before the show was insanely busy. There were so many last minute things that needed to be done, like finalizing costumes and making the decorations for the space and so much more. It was chaotic, but so much fun.
Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore tree. Dream a little dream of me.
Oh my God, we just spray painted this wood moon lavender, and I covered it in body glitter. It turned out so cute, and we're gonna hang this on the stage at the show, and you guys, I'm obsessed. It's so sparkly. So we've got my decor pile going on right now. We've got everything for the centerpieces, ostrich feathers. We've got just some cute little twinkle lights and things like that. The backdrops that are gonna cover some of the walls. We've got the moon that I just showed you, babes. We've got candle holders. I just got these pink ones in, and I'm absolutely obsessed. And then I also got some clear ones as well. And then I did make my own tip jar for the dancers. Of course, it's on theme. I just made a little tip jar sticker on Canva, and this is going to sit on the stage so people can easily tip the dancers if they want to do cash tips instead of Venmo. So that's some of the decor right now. All of the clouds are currently in the hallway, and I've got even more stuff coming, but this is just a few of the things we've got going on. It's officially Dreamland Day. It is show day. I cannot believe it's here. I am so excited and nervous and all the things. It's been an emotional few days, I guess. I've had a lot of performance anxiety and things like that, but I've been really trying to work through it with my tools like tapping and yoga and things like that. And yesterday was the dress rehearsal, so it was just busy. Like, we had to decorate, we had to, you know, go through all of the routines in the space, and it was just a lot. But I had one of my best friends, Natalie, fly from Miami to surprise me, and it was just the sweetest surprise ever. And so she has really like put me at ease just even being here. Like, it's just been the best gift, and I'm so happy and grateful that she's here. I will insert the little video that she took when she surprised me, but it was just the sweetest thing ever. So having her has been amazing. And the dress rehearsal did go well because the space is different than any other space that I've put on a show before, or a lot of the dancers are used to performing in. It was a challenge to get the lighting and the speakers and sound and everything to work properly, but I think we've got it. And now tonight we're going to be going to the venue in a few hours. I just did my makeup, and then I'm headed to my hair appointment, and then we'll be on our way to the venue. So I have all the nervous jitters, but I just know it's going to be an amazing show, and I can't wait. Once I got my hair done, my bestie Natalie and I headed to the venue with our unicorn baby's breath, and we finished decorating the space. It turned out so beautiful. And honestly, from there, the show night was kind of a blur. It is a lot being the producer and the choreographer and the performer, so I felt like everything went by so quickly, but it truly was just the most magical night. All of the performers were so incredible, and I couldn't have asked for a more dreamy night.
Baby, love me. It's down at the end of lonely street, that Heartbreak Hotel belongs.
If you're looking for attraction, got just the thing. Oh, what's the deal? Make a deal. We're all friends here. You're the king and queen of the zone here.
Sugar, candy
loves, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I hope you enjoyed watching a little bit of the behind the scenes of creating Dreamland Cabaret. And like I said, if this is something you want to do, or if you have a vision that you want to bring to life, you are fully capable of doing that. Nothing scared me more than creating this show. Like, I was so terrified to do this, but I did it anyway, and it was one of the best decisions of my entire life. So don't let the fear stop you from going out there and creating something that hasn't maybe been done before, or bringing a vision to life. You are fully capable of doing that. And if you want to create your own show, if you want to produce your own show, I highly recommend checking out my brand new workshop in High Vibe Heels membership, all how to produce, choreograph, perform in your own show. I'm going to be giving you the step-by-step process on how I did that, how I sold it out, the inside scoop on all of my do's and don'ts. It's going to be a really powerful workshop. Like, this workshop is probably worth like $1,000 and I've combined it all for you into a video that's included in High Vibe Heels the membership with your membership fee. So go ahead and check that out, and I'm so excited to produce more shows in the future. This definitely will not be my last. It was one of the most incredible experiences of my entire life. And I'm just so grateful, and I'm glad that I got to bring you babes along on the journey. And make sure you like this video, subscribe if you enjoy the type of content you see here on my channel, and I will see you babes in the next video. Mwah.
I walked with you once upon a dream.